Storm tracker radar is active. Let's get right to the storm. Soaking rain continues this afternoon and evening time. It gets heavier tonight and the flooding begins. Big batch of green and yellow coming up from the south. It's an atmospheric river of moisture. All the moisture coming up from the Gulf of Mexico, the Atlantic Ocean. It's all streaming north on radar. So there's going to be these batches of these heavy blobs of green and yellow. You see that here on Storm Tracker for Futurecast. Heavy rain moves in, flash flooding begins, even a rumble of thunder. That's how powerful this storm is going to be when it really ramps up this evening into the overnight. And then it's gone by Thursday morning. A few flurries on the backside, some mountain snow showers, but really it's all about this evening. Here is the water vapor imagery. Think of the atmosphere like this big wet rag that's going to get wrung out on top of us. Big atmospheric river of moisture, inches of precip being squeezed out of the clouds as that moisture streams in from the south. Then the dry air comes in on the west side as we get to Thursday morning and Thursday afternoon. Before that, rainfall total by Thursday morning, really Wednesday night, Thursday morning, is 1 to 2 down east and 2 to 3 for most of Maine. Western foothills, Kennebec River Valley, 3 to 4 inches. Rising rivers, streams, ice jam flooding, and splash over and coastal flooding going on too, with all of that wind coming up from the south. A bad wind direction for us for a storm for an inside runner. The wind switches from north to south, ramps up along the coast, and then we get a dry westerly breeze to come in from the west. So think of this like an airplane flying low. All of the heavy rain pushes that wind down. A low-level jet pushes it down to the ground level, and that's why the wind ramps up 55 to 65 plus southern coast, Casco Bay, mid-coast, Penobscot Bay, down east, and that includes Bangor, 55 to 65 plus. Widespread power outages in that orange shade when you get to 55 and 65 plus. There are going to be limbs that come down. Heavy rain and high wind tonight, snowmelt and flooding with widespread outages along the coastline. This is not going to be a high wind event inland. This is not going to be like December of 2023 with all that flooding going on in the foothills. Some of it, but not all of it. Mainly sunny and breezy on Thursday. West and southwesterly breeze along the coastline gusting to 40 plus. And temperatures are going to be running above typical numbers. Typically it's 36. We'll be above that. Here's the forecast for the Mariners. We're starting off with seas at 17 feet down east. Then they'll be subsiding later in the day, late in the afternoon. So we have that storm warning up into the overnight, into the early part of Thursday. Here's the forecast in the mountains. 31 Thursday, 19 Friday, 25 Saturday. Sun is out. Sunday 20, Monday 34. And then Tuesday, rain gets in. So we're warming back up middle of December. We're not going into a deep freeze, really cooling off just a little bit and for a few days on Friday and Saturday, but then we're right back up into the mid 40s inland with Tuesday at the coastline a run for 50. And right now I'm keeping next weekend dry, although there are some signals of a storm getting in here before Christmas around the 19th, 20th, that kind of time frame. Thank you for watching Jason Nappy Weather. The latest updates coming up right here. Make sure you're following along and checking out nappycast.com for the latest updates. Have a great rest of your day or night.